For anyone that's been around from the start of this save, you may have remembered back at Hinckley Leicester Road, we could not win on camera. We won a lot of games off camera. We went through, I think, one season where I don't think we won a single game on camera. Well, this season with Aston Villa, we're doing the opposite. Hello and welcome to Villa Park, and as I said in the intro, things have not been going well here. There were a couple of transfer bits done at the end of the transfer window. I'm just going to show you them now as we arrange them. We brought in Ryan Dunn, who is a young winger from Manchester United, and Philip Baumann for £21.5 million from Red Bull Salzburg. He's a striker. Ryan Dunn, it wasn't 40 million up front, but he is a wonder kid. 5-star potential, 2.5-star current ability right now. We sold Mika Bierith for £25 million to Sporting Lisbon, and Emil Smith Rowe to Hertha Berlin for 20 million. Ale went out on loan for, I think they're paying something like 70% of his wages, and they're going to pay £24,000 a month to have him there. And then Mark Hart went to Boreham Wood as well. So there's been some business done. Before we show you the league table, I'm pretty sure if you're looking, you may have seen it at the top of the screen anyway. In terms of goals, Bauman's come in and got 2, Brown's got 2, Neto's still got 2, Perilla's got 1, Tulio's got 1. And in terms of assists, Gilles Lemire's has got 3, Carlos Cruzales has got 2. Apart from that, everyone's got 1. So that creativity that we were looking to bring in the summer months has just not worked thus far. Now, for what's been happening since you have been away. So in the first episode, we beat Cardiff 1-0, beat Palace 2-0. We lost in that game against Bristol City, and then we drew 3-3 in an absolutely fantastic game against Brighton. Since then, I mean, just look at that. 5-1 defeat to Everton, Kevin Nicholas getting the goal there. We lost 2-0 against Chelsea, expected. 2-2 with Southampton. Thought maybe we were starting to turn the corner. We looked at the month of October. We thought, okay, Leicester, Burnley and Newcastle, those are games we could probably pick up some wins in. Lost 2-0 against Leicester, lost 3-2 against Burnley, and then lost 2-0 against Newcastle. So that means that we haven't won in 7. We're now 16th. We play Fulham next up, who are 17th. We are 16th. -8 goal difference, 2 wins, 2 draws, 5 defeats. It hasn't been good at all. Our recent form absolutely sucks. If we lose against Fulham today, I really feel like I could be in trouble. I feel like the sack is looming right now. But we can't worry about that. We just need to get into this game, and we need to win. It is going to be Formosano in goal. The back four from left to right is going to be Dubois, Brown, Suarez and Tanganga. Tulio sits in front of them. Midfield duo of Lemire's and Neto. Cruzales on the left, Rog on the right, and Baumann will play up front. And we're hoping Baumann can find his scoring boots. We'll just get his stats up now. 14 finishing, 17 first touch. If we just move that to the advanced forward. So he's dribbling 14, finishing 14, first touch 17, passing 16, technique 15, work rate 12, off the ball 16, decision making 13, composure 15, anticipation 13. And if you just look through his physicals, 14 acceleration, 15 agility, 17 balance, 15 jumping reach, 17 natural fitness, 13 pace, 16 stamina, 14 strength, 6'3", nearly 14 stone striker, 22. Probably looks like he's maxed out his potential, but there might be, a little bit of improvement in some of his numbers. Elite striker, fairly determined, comes deep to get the ball. Not sure whether that's having an advantage at the moment for us. We needed a striker that was going to score goals. We thought this might be the guy. He's obviously struggling in this formation. The last, obviously, choice is to switch up this formation and go for something different, but at the moment it's tried and trusted. It worked well last season, it worked well at Stockport, and we just need to get it working here in the Premier League, but because at the moment it is not working at all. But we play Fulham today. It's a winnable game. We can hopefully get back to winning ways. In this episode it will be Fulham, Arsenal and Wolves. Wolves currently sit in 14, so there is 2 winnable games here. Arsenal on top of the table, unbeaten, so I'm not expecting too much from that. So, let's get into the game. Villa versus Fulham at Villa Park. It's probably going to be a packed out Villa Park, and we need to get back to winning ways. We can't get sacked, because that will just set us back no end. And we are underway here. One of our biggest problems is we just haven't been able to find the net. We had that nice, I don't want to say easy stuff, but we had a nice easier run of games to start the season, which we played well in, but just weren't clinical enough. Obviously, that game against Brighton, 3 shots, because he's a ball to Bowman, who's hit the post, and why can't we get a striker scoring right now? 0-0, 5 minutes in here, and we've started like a house on fire, but again, not clinical. As Bowman drops deep to collect that, turns and runs away, probably looking for that ball over the top as that goes into Grisales now, away from his man to Dubois, into Lemirs, Tulio now, Dubois once again, Lemirs, back to Tulio, infield to Neto, Rog on the right hand side, turns, I thought he was going to get past his man, gets to the ball on left footed, boy to Bowman, back to Rog, pulls it back for Martin Neto. What? You have got to be kidding me. You have honestly got to be kidding me. How has that stayed out? How is it still 0-0? Ball over the top, Bowman's going to get there first, keeper makes a mistake, takes it down, goal's open. I'm going to have a meltdown here, because how are we not... I'm genuinely speechless. How are we not winning this game? How... Of course, and here come Fulham on their first attack. Vidal now into Baldi. Baldi now gets a bit of room away for his man. Ball in. Serrano with the header, and I thought that was going to be one of those moments. First shot on target, first goal. It isn't to be. It remains 0-0 in a game that we have been on top in, and we should have scored. Martin Neto hitting the post, the ball rolling across the line, and a bit of a melee, stopping it going over, and then that chance for Bowman where, for all the world, as it came through, I thought he was going to put the ball in the back of the net. He didn't. It's 0-0. We're into the second half here, and Fulham have offered nothing, but this is what does us when teams offer nothing and they just hit us when we're not expecting it. Who is having poor games today? So Nikika Rog is having a poor game, so we're going to bring on Kevin Nicholas for him. Federico Perillo is going to come on for Philip Bowman, and Martin Neto is going to come off because he's nervous, and we're going to... Are we? Let's bring the wonder kid Ryan Dunn on at left wing. It's probably a risky move, but at this point now we need to get something. It's Fulham slowly coming into the game. Nothing on target, but a couple more shots now. There's 15 minutes to go. Now this is the question. Do we go more attacking? We are. At the risk of possibly conceding a goal, and we've conceded a free kick. Not Former Arnold walking back and forth here. Not liking this area here. Bogus with the free kick, and he's hit the outside of the post. Wasn't sure whether Formisano got a touch there, but it remains 0-0. We're into the final couple of minutes of the game, and we have a throw in. Tanganga launches it in. Neto gets up, headed away. Who's going to get there first? Savage is going to get there first. He looks up ball to Mendes, who's in behind. Mendes force wide. Can we get the ball back? Plays back for Torres. Torres now back to Silva Moreira. Bogus 30 yards from goal, under a bit of pressure. Vidal, back to Bogus. Can we win the ball back and counter on them? Savage, lovely little turn, gets away from his man and fires it over the bar. And you can tell this is two teams that are struggling to get results, because neither one of us have looked comfortable in front of goal. And a game that probably both teams would have looked at to try and win has finished a 0-0 draw. Not good quality at all. And I mean, the back six there with the goalkeeper, the four defenders and the defensive midfielder all playing at a 7 or above. So they've all played really well, but just Lemirs, Dunn, Nicholas, Perillo, Grisales, Rog, Bowman, none of them have played well. You're not good enough today, and that was a match we should be winning. It's a point. We stopped the run of defeat, but we need to win. I think that's 8 now without a victory, and we'll probably get the notification come up when we get through to the inbox, as we're just waiting for it now. Yeah, first win in 8. Perilla vows to end goal drought. And it's just not looking good at the moment as we go through my scouting that has come in today. Nathan Gabriel from Palmeiras, 2-star current ability, 5-star potential, 20-year-old winger. At this point, I feel like we need players that are first team ready rather than wonder kids. We've got Arsenal in 7 days, and I can't see us winning that game. But who knows? If we hit the target with a couple of these efforts that we're having, if we hit the back of the net with some of the ones we're getting on target, we might just do something. But at the moment, it looks like a real struggle this season, and I thought we were going to push on for possibly Europe, but at the minute we're looking down the barrel at another relegation scrap. Second game of the episode, we take on Arsenal away from home. Formosano in goal, Dubois, Brown, Salinas and Tanganga. McMillan sat in front of them, Lemires and Neto in the centre of midfield, Gonzalez on the left, Hudson and Enrique on the right, Bauman up front. We've had to make changes because we've got broken lines. I think it's the first time since early Hinckley Leicester Road days that we've had broken lines. Stockport, we had so many flowing lines throughout the lineup. Here, with this front of form, we just haven't got it. This is the team we're going to go with. Hopefully we can provide something against Arsenal and not just roll over and die. Arsenal versus Villa, let's get into it, and hopefully let's just pick up another point. Throw in to Biao, Dimond receives it back, Daly gets the ball into one centre, Tielemans gets touched, Mazzino, tackled by Brown, and come on ref, are we checking this? I thought it may have been outside the box, but of course it's not. Penalty awarded. And it's going to be Yuri Tielemans to step up to take it. Scores, puts it in the bottom corner. We're 1-0 down inside 90 seconds. Great stuff. Didn't look like a penalty. Thought it may have been outside the box. Doesn't matter. Was given. And Tielemans beats the goalkeeper. Performance on it goes the right way. It's a good penalty right into the corner of the net. And it's 1-0. And this is the problem here. Saka gets that ball in. Chiesa back to Saka once again to the byline. Salinas You got to be kidding. Like, it's difficult enough as it is without your team giving away 2 penalties in the first 4.5 minutes of a game. Oh, now that was a surprise. I expected that to get given. So we're going to book him for diving then, or what? Because, I mean, if that's not a penalty, then surely that's booking for diving. Salinas and Brown have to nearly giving away a second penalty. Playing it around the box is a very risky move. What a ball over Gonzalez. 1-on-1. Finds the back of the net. Carlos Gonzalez. Route 1 goal. It's 1-1. And the Villa fans behind that goal go absolutely wild for that. Into McMillan. Lemire back to McMillan. Takes a touch. And he just fires it down the centre of the pitch. Gonzalez, great first touch. In on goal. 1-on-1. Beats the goalkeeper. Keeper doesn't move, and it's 1-1, and that was very, very unexpected there. Carlos Gonzalez getting his name on the score sheet, and we've conceded a free kick here in a very dangerous area. Tielemans is going to take it, hits it for Masano with a great save. That was a fantastic save. I did think it was a little bit too far out for him to score, but with a player the quality of Yuri Tielemans, you know it's always going to be a chance. That ball goes in, headed away by Tanganga. As Tierney picks it up now, and there's going to be a corner kick as Brahim gets the ball in. Indeed, he hits the bar. And maybe, then again, we're only 17 minutes in. I was going to say maybe this is going to be one of those games where we get a little bit of luck. But as we're only now 25 minutes in, I doubt that is going to be the case. Arsenal are unbeaten for a reason, and 4 points clear at the top of the table for a reason. And that is probably because they're going to keep coming at us. Wave after wave of attack. Tielemans back to Chiesa. Infield to Brahim Diaz, who smashes it in from around the penalty spot. It's 2-1. We've allowed them to just walk the ball into our box from those wide positions, and Brahim Diaz smashes it in. And inside half an hour, it's 2-1. It's a very entertaining game. Tielemans into Chiesa, can just walk it in, lays it square, and Brahim Diaz was literally on the penalty spot as he fires that into the bottom corner. Inside half an hour, it's 2-1 here. Saka with the throw on the far side into Tielemans. Hudson Enrique flies in, but it goes to Chiesa now. Tielemans into Daly. Chiesa once again away from his man. Looks at balls. Salinas can cut it out. Formosano looks long. Can Bauman win it? He does get up, flicks it on, but there's no one to flick it on to. And Ramsdale can collect it. He fires it to no one. And Tanganga and Salinas play a 1-2. Into Hudson Enrique. Neto now. Back to Tanganga. Into Hudson Enrique on the far side. He has to go back to Formosano. Square ball to Brown. There's a ball out to the left, and they used Lemire's. They didn't use the left fullback. Gonzalez through to Bauman. It's 1-on-1, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. And why can our strikers not score chances? Our strikers. This reminds me of, I think it was FM20 when 1-on-1s were virtually. Was it FM20 or 21 where One-on-ones were virtually impossible, and our strikers are making them look impossible in these games. We are the underdogs, but we can salvage a draw. We haven't been under the cosh as much as I thought we would be. We haven't, by any stretch of the imagination, been dominant. You see the average position there as a point on the screen, thinking you'll know what I'm pointing at. We are sat very deep. And Didi now, squared to Brahim Diaz. Tielemans switches out to the right side and Demon. Mazzino, Formosano got down to his right hand side, and I thought he was just going to palm it into the corner of the goal. It just went the right side of the post for us as Salinas heads that corner kick away. Ball through for Brahim Diaz, can't keep it in, out for a goal kick, and we ride our luck once again. And why it's still 2-1, hopefully we can just continue to ride our luck, and maybe there's a chance that we can go and get an equaliser. One more chance, hopefully it falls to the right person and we can score. Normally I'd say that would be the striker, but at the moment we have an issue with Baumann scoring. Neto, Baumann, one-on-one, yet again. This time he scores. Philip Baumann scores. It's 2-1. It's onside. I thought there might be a check for some reason, and the fact that he'd hit the back of the net, but it's 2-2. There's 25 minutes to play. Gonzalez coming in from that left-hand side into Lemire's. Ball into Baumann. His little 1-2 with Martin Neto. Took a touch, set himself, beat the keeper at the near post. That's what he needed to do. Hopefully this can give us a little bit of confidence, give him a little bit of confidence as well. It is 2-2 with 20 minutes to play. David now with the throw on this near side. Vicky, Tielemans goes away from his man. Tielemans will fire the shot, and it's way over the bar. And 15 minutes is left on the clock. Some of our players struggling with fitness. We have been the more clinical team out of the two. Normally it's the team we're playing against that are more clinical, but Baumann now into Osario's men getting forward. There's a chance. Dubois hits a shot from, what a goal from Baptiste Dubois. He's second of the season. It's 3-2. We've come from behind. We've been behind twice, but with 10 minutes to play we're ahead for the first time in this game. Baumann fires that ball out to Osario on the left hand side. His ball in field to Dubois, took a touch, and he just fired it across the goalkeeper off the base of the post as it goes in. It's 3-2. And now what do we do? Do we go cautious and invite the pressure on? I think it's still a little too early for that. We're inside the last 2 minutes now. I think this is where we go cautious for stoppage time. 3 minutes of it. Can we return to winning ways? Oh, there's going to be a highlight. There's less than 45 seconds. McMillan goes all the way back to Formosano. Salinas now just hang on to possession of the ball. Nothing silly. Formosano heads up. Baumann goes up for the header. Brahim Diaz gets it out to Saka on the near side. Saka tackled by Rog. He brings it forward. There's 20 seconds left. Surely there's no time there for Arsenal. Cambiasso into Neto. Baumann out to the left side of Sario. Into Rog, who's in behind the fullback. Rog one-on-one. Puts it wide. But it shouldn't matter, because that should be all she wrote. And it is all she wrote. We are back to winning ways on camera. 3-2 we beat Arsenal. 5 shots on target, 3 goals. Dubois scored in the 18th minute. Baumann scored in the 66th minute. Coming back from 2-1 down. I didn't want to get sacked, and that might just be the result that turns our season as we go into the Wolves game. Exactly what we needed. 3-2. Get in. Now we've all calmed down after that victory. We're up to 14th, 12 points, our 3rd win of the season. So that's 4 points so far from this episode from the 2 games. For just, I don't know why I've managed to do that. There's still the excitement's running. If you look at our inbox, young Aston Villa shine against Arsenal. Dubois on form in narrow Aston Villa win. Praise his performance, really pleased with how you played in the last match. And it is the surprise result. And we have turned it around after 8 games without a victory. I mean, if that decision in the 4th minute is given as a penalty and they go 2-0 up, that game is completely different. But in that second half, Philip Baumann and Baptiste Dubois getting goals, 66th minute, 80th minute. And I think that's the first time in this series, we're like 77 episodes in now, that I have well and truly got that excited about a result. What a fantastic result that was, and what a turnaround it has been for us as well. Absolutely fantastic. Like I say, up to 14th. We play Wolves next to our 11th. A victory against them, possibly with the right scoreline, will take us above them. We just need to keep building on what we're doing now, because we've shown we are a good footballing side. We just need to be able to do it on a consistent basis. We need to be able to do it off camera. The people aren't watching, so who cares how we get on, eh? That's the way the team seems to be playing at the moment. I mean, look at that drop from that early start all the way down to 16th, but back up to 14th now after that win. And let's hopefully turn around this form. And let's end this episode unbeaten. Let's go 3 unbeaten in this episode. Whether it be a draw and we end up with 5 points, it's better than we've been doing. Hopefully we end up with 7, but let's get into the Wolves game. So we've just beaten Arsenal, local derby, at home against Wolves. We're going to go with the same 11. Formasano, Dubois, Brown, Salinas, Tanganga, McMillan sat in front of them, Lemires and Neto in central midfield, Grizala's on the left, Hudson and Enrique on the right, Bauman up front. Let's go. Let's do this again. Let's get back-to-back victories for the first time since the opening 2 games of the season and move ourselves further away from that relegation zone. I know it's early to be sort of talking like that, but we just don't want to get dragged in at any point. And I'm just going to show you before we go into the game. Reason that I'm so big on wanting to win this game is we play West Ham, Liverpool, Man City in the next 3 games. We've also got Spurs in there and Man United as well. Leeds and Watford, 2 more winnable games in the mix of those as well. But there's that run of games there throughout December. It's such a tough run end of November and through December that, you know what, we need all the points we can get. So hopefully we go out there today, we beat Wolverhampton Wanderers and we move up possibly to what I think would be about 12th, 13th place, and that's what we need to do. Let's get into the game. It is what would be the main attraction of this episode, the derby game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Looking at what we've been doing over the last couple of years, Birmingham City I think are still down in League 1, which means that a local derby against them, unless it's in the Cup, looks very, very distant. So as for now, Wolves and West Brom, I know West Brom got relegated last season. They're the 2 derby games that we've got to look forward to this season, as we're half an hour into this game and it has been absolutely dull. Wolves have offered nothing thus far. We've had a couple of shots, 2 on target, our XG is 0.31, so we haven't provided too much threat either. Like I said earlier, if we come out of this with a draw and we end the episode with 5 points, considering the run we were on, actually that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You've been unlucky so far. Wolves get their second shot of the game, still nothing on target for them. As the ball goes up to Rafael Mola, a ball thought was going to be cut out. That ball is cut out by Salinas there, and Brown can give it to Dubois. He can run forward. Can he get over halfway? He can't. Alzate out to Milero. Ball in towards Mola, who heads it over the bar. First real chance of the game there, falling to Wolverhampton Wanderers, and they head it over the bar. And like I say, they've come back into it in this second half. Still not been a good game at all, as Brown now gives it to Grizales, infield to Dubois, Lemires, back to Brown, Grizales again on the half hour, coming infield, away from his man, into Bauman, it's through, one-on-one with the goalkeeper and he saves it. And I thought after he got that goal in the last game he might just be able to do something, as Lemires with this corner kick headed away. He was picked up by Dubois, back out to Lemires. Was he onside? He was. Little 1-2 and Lemires picks it back up again into Dubois. Lemires and Dubois just playing it amongst themselves. He gives it away. Francho gives it to Lesniak. Over to Leao. That's cut out. Mola. Leao, shot blocked. Milero. Great tackle goes in from Tanganga to stop the cross getting over. And it remains 0-0. Half an hour left as Lesniak into Mola. That's cut out by Dubois. He can run it forward under no real pressure. Fires it into the path of Bauman, who can run onto it. Looks in field, and that's cut out by Milero, and Netinho smashes it forward, but Tanganga can take it down into Enrique. Neto now. Back to Enrique, switches it over to Grizales, who seemed to miss-kick it almost, and I don't even know how close or how far away that was. It didn't look like a great effort at all. Ewan McMillan is struggling, so Tulio is going to come on for him. Do I leave Philip Bauman? And I'm thinking about it. Baptiste Dubois is going to come off for Cambiasso, and we are going to bring on Kika Rog for Hudson Enrique, and we're going to leave Bauman on as McMillan dispossesses his man there. Looks forward for Bauman, takes it down, he's in behind his defender, he's still a little bit wide, hits a shot and Maximiano saves it, and they really risking it there, trying to play that out. A little couple of passes between him and the centre back. 15 minutes to go. Good chance. I wondered whether he could have held it wide and maybe pulled the ball back for an on-rushing midfielder. Wasn't to be. Went for goal. I mean, I suppose I'd have been disappointed if he'd have pulled it back and we'd have lost possession. As that ball over the top, Rafael Leao in behind the defender. He is wide as well. What's he going to do? Has to go all the way back to Francho. into Richards. His touch was poor, cross in, Rog blocks it, Francho out again, Rog dispossesses him, goes in field to Tanganga. Little 1-2, Rog receives it back. Running away, Francho dispossesses him though, and now Richards can get away down this near side, getting all the way towards the byline. Gets the crossing, Palmer's up at the far post, heads it onto the top of the bar, and it's 0-0 still as we go into the final 10 minutes of the game. We're going to drop some encouragement for these final few minutes. Can we do something as Everton go top of the table? Arsenal losing again by the look of it. 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's been a very, very poor game. It's another draw. It's a clean sheet for us. It's our second clean sheet of the episode. 2-0 draws. The games against Fulham and Wolves. And we end the episode unbeaten. Disappointed. It's never nice to allow a rival to get something over on us. But we have ended this episode after going 7 games, I think it was, without 8 games, without winning. We got the win. We got 2 draws in it as well. With 14, we got 13 points. We're 5 points clear of 18th place Cardiff. It's not a great episode, but it's not the end of the world. We won the game that we probably should have lost, and we drew the games that we should have been looking to win. And the surprise result was Fulham beating Arsenal 2-1. They are up to 15th now, 13 points. But Arsenal have lost against 2 lower place sides. And we're going to just look at the schedule now and see when we're going to come back, if I hit the right button, that is. So next up we've got West Ham, Liverpool, Man City, Leeds. I think we're going to come back now for the games in the new year. We're going to play through December. We're going to come back for the games against Burnley and Leicester, a double header there. And hopefully we can be in a better position. But this run of games throughout December is so tough. I mean, unless something changes and we get sacked, we'll be back for the Burnley game on the 3rd of January. If you've liked today's video, please leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.